But I think the best thing about being in England so far, despite the fact that I've been here a combined 8 years, which is just mind-blowing, especially because there was a chunk in the middle where like none of us were able to do anything or acknowledge our existence. So that tacked on a couple of years. So we're going to take that back. We'll just give it a hard, like a round 5. Should we call it a 5? That's like an easy wash there, yeah? Cool. So after the time that I've been here, though, I think I've noticed that I'm a very different person, and I'm not entirely proud of it, if I'm honest. I've noticed that I've very much gone soft. Very much. Because, you know, like when I was in Brooklyn, I lived in a place called Bed-Stuy, and it sounds like a disease. And you gotta be rough and tumble to fight that disease, you know? Like across the street from my house was, sure, it was an area of gentrification, and there was a wine shop that I couldn't afford, and an abandoned crack den. It was very interesting. But you have to kind of like, you have to have a different air about you when you walk around, you know? You've got a different confidence when you walk around Manhattan, as opposed to even London. You know, I don't find that I walk around with the same like, fucking kill you, like, take it. I don't have the same vibe, I just don't, and I miss that part of me, you know? Like, I teach kickboxing, and yet I'm still not, like, I don't know what's happened. So, I was in London, and I had my phone stolen. So I was such a dumbass. I was standing on a street corner, and I had my phone out, and I regret to say that I was definitely Googling nearest tapas bar. It should have been something like way more something that had some weight to it, some gravitas, you know, like some kind of like world news. I don't know anything. And some guy on a motorcycle literally came up onto the sidewalk, came right in front of me, and without any effort whatsoever, just swiped the phone out of my hand. Before I even knew or clocked what happened, like, took off. Just took off. And I was like, Brooklyn Caitlin, where'd she go? Brooklyn Caitlin would not have put up with that shit. Brooklyn Caitlin would have, like, chased after them, wouldn't have let it hang, nothing. But instead, like, I hung back, and I just couldn't, I was so flabbergasted that I said the word flabbergasted. And this woman's walking by, and she's like, you should call the police. You're right. Can I borrow your phone? No. But that was the moment that I realized, like, I've changed quite a bit, you know, because even being here, I wait in line for a cab. Brooklyn Caitlin doesn't wait in line for shit. That doesn't happen. Anyone in New York, hard pass on waiting in line. If you're looking for a cab, you go out to the corner of the street, no matter, you don't have to be on a corner or anything. The book comes out, the hands in the air, and you're flagging. That's all you gotta do. Anyone gets in your way, and you're like, finish him. There's just, you're seeing red, it's innate. It's part of your DNA. That's just what happens. You know, heaven forbid it's raining outside, and you're a tourist. Dude, I will pick you out of a crowd and use you as a human shield against the elements in a heartbeat. But here, I'm not that person anymore. I can't believe it. I wait in line, it's all very like, women and children and the lifeboats first. This were the Titanic, man. I would be on that door, Jack would be like, hey, let me on, and I'd be like, oh, there's room, but you're a little needy. You know, but now I've been here that round 5 years that we were talking about, and I'm like, no, it's okay, you hop on, I'll die first. Not so. So these people took off with my phone, and I couldn't believe it. It just broke my heart, and they took off into the sunset. And all of a sudden, I see the guy turn around to me, and he waves at me with my own phone. And I waved back.